So I wanted to continue from my last quick update video that I did on my phone, and my phone was like, "You ain't got enough space." So basically, I am currently in my living room. This is a cute background too. All right. But I was basically saying in my last video that I've met a lot of people from LA so far. The people who are actually from LA, because there's a lot of people that live here that aren't from LA. But the point is, LA is a huge place, right? And that means there's always so much to do, I guess. And like, I'm still learning, but in general conversation, a lot of people that I've met from LA don't necessarily want to leave LA. They kind of feel like what they have here is what is best. And not that I want to yuck anyone's yum, little saying I learned in the Bay Area. Not that I want to yuck anyone's yum, but I just find it really interesting. And it's not like I don't know people from the East Coast or from New York State who don't ever want to leave, right? But it's just interesting, like, and everybody's going to have different paths. Personally, I think about my path being one that is to the world is like my home, and I'm meant to meet and greet and learn and hearing people's stories, for as ever long as I can, so that I'm able to create forums like this to have conversation and hopefully bring some value to other people's life and hearing, the stories that I have collected throughout, living in different places. For me, LA is really interesting because like the concept of the idea and the idea that people have of LA and what LA really is are like two different things, right? I think I was listening to a Gold Link song, and it goes like something like "Underneath the palm trees," and I don't know all the words, but the point of me bringing it up is the fact that they talk about palm trees, and people have these ideas of palm trees and tropical climate and relaxation and no worries, right? And that could be far from the truth, because a lot of people in LA are really on their hustle daily, right? It is not a place that you come to just chill unless, you find a way to be on the beach every day. But even the people who are on the beach are hustling all the time, you know? So it's a place of hustle and bustle, but it's like interesting because it's not like fast paced hustle and bustle, but it is hustle, and everybody's like continuously on the grind. It's helping me figure out what things that I really, already appreciate about my life and some things that I would like to maybe switch up. But for me, I really am feeling at home with the people that I already have friendships with, thinking about again, like what relationships with people look like when I live so far from so many people that I love. And it's really interesting. Thinking about how I impact other people, and if I'm always open to receiving that type of feedback. Um, and the truth is sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not, but I would prefer for people to be 100% honest with me. I don't particularly like when people like let things build up and then they like come at you with all this information. Like the way I process things, like honestly, I don't process things in a way that's like, oh, you just told me something, now I'm about to like I need time to process things. Sometimes it takes me days, sometimes it takes me weeks, honestly. And I think it's like this whole thing because I'm a very talkative person, and I have, I guess, what people deem important things to say, that then they feel like I'm just like this super brilliant person, when in fact, it really has nothing to do with being smart or dumb or whatever the case might be. Everybody's processing level is different. And I've always been a person that it takes time for me to process a lot of things. And that's just what it is. But and thinking about goals, I'm really in the point where I'm like, and my mom was telling me, and my mom, shout out to my mother and her business, the Trust Bus, which is a party bus business. But I brought this up to say that my mom has really inspired me to kind of start looking at and really believing that I can have my own business. And I find that just so inspiring to say that and see that, you know, it's not that older people can't do things. That's not what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say, though, is that honestly, people act like when you get older that you can't have any more goals or aspirations. And it's really inspirational to see that my mom was like, yeah, I'm 50 something years old. Yeah, I've been working at this job for almost 30 something years. But also, this is important to me to start this business as a person who enjoys, to celebrate and help people celebrate. I want to create a business that does that. And I just find that really inspirational. So my mom was talking to me about like my business goals, and she was just like, write everything down. I learned as I went, and it's really important to write everything down. And then somebody at my new job was like, so what is the name of your business? And I was like, wait, dude, I don't have a name. Not that I have to, but it's like, right, it's kind of like when you have a child, right? I don't know what it is to have a child, but I imagine this. I feel like people have their names for their children before they even become like who they're going to become, right? So I'm like, I totally should name it and kind of give it a life, right? And then, like a child, I'm going to raise this business into the name that I gave it, right? And if this child becomes older and decides to change its name, I have to respect that. But I think the point of me kind of thinking about it in that way is like, okay, this is going to be important for me to really think it through and like kind of give it a life. And so having that conversation with my mom was really dope. As far as other things I'm trying to work on, like I like being social and I like going out, but I don't particularly like going out to the clubs like that anymore. I think it's a number of things. I think sometimes I feel some insecurity about going out because I feel like I have to overthink like what I'm gonna wear, how I'm gonna look, right? And like maybe some people don't think that I think about shit like that, but I do. And I care, and it gets like a little stressful sometimes to be always thinking about that. And then I'm like, then what's the point? And then like, why am I gonna go out just for the heckin' of thinking about what I'm wearing? I don't know. Just like all of these things, right? And so like that's kind of like I'm not really into that anymore, like that. But I enjoy being social, but just social in different ways because honestly, fully, I don't feel like I could meet someone that I really want to seriously date at the club because it just hasn't worked ever. So I don't assume that it's gonna work now. I was thinking of trying a different dating app. But then I'm like, these dating apps. I'm like hecka old fashioned though. I don't know. I have these grand ideas of how you just regularly meet someone on the street. You're like, that person looks cool. I would like to hang out with him, right? These are the ideas I have. What grand ideas to have in a world that's just about, digital encounters. It's not really about like, hey, let me meet this person organically. Like many things in capitalism, everything's so mechanistic all the time. So I've been thinking a lot about that, about being boot up, boot up. Been thinking a lot about that. I joined for my high school, they have an alumni art show. I joined it and I'm going to create some visual arts, which I haven't done in 10 years, people. I know a lot of people probably don't even know this about me, but I was still a visual artist, but I don't make anything. So I grew up my whole life drawing, painting. My dad is an artist, you know what I mean? it's always just been about the discipline with me, really, you know. But I went to a performing arts high school for visual arts. I ended up doing a lot of drama, like acting drama. I'm a dramatic person, but I'm about the drama. And if you don't get what I said, we can talk about it some other time. But the point is, yeah, I signed up to be a part of this alumni show. I'm really excited about it. Need to been trying to have some extra money to get materials and things. Trying to be more disciplined with my Monet, because if anybody knows me, they know me and my Monet skills is not always the best. I am sometimes very compulsive, and I do not. I be like, "Hey, now is now," you know. But when I read my horoscope, it say that's just how I am. But like, I'm like, okay, that's how I am, but I still want to be more intentional about how I spend money, because there's a lot of things that I want to do on a budget. And just learning about organizing and capacity building and things, different things that I'm really trying to work on with community about, you know, kind of bringing yourself out of poverty in general. Like, a part of that is saying like, yo, I have all the tools I already need. I have all of the things that I already need. It's just about how I maneuver it and how I think about it, right? And so just trying to rewire myself into thinking about money in a way that is not like, oh, I need money to be happy, but oh, let me think about how I spend this little bit of money that I have, right? And what's going to be an investment and what's just going to be of now. So those are things I've been thinking about, because I would like to get back into art. I've had now this idea for about 4 years, just brewing in my head, right? And on paper, I've written it down too, but it's time to like make it. And I'm trying to push myself to like really like get back into visual art and think about those things. So, I mean, if you watch my videos, right, I don't just be talking to talk. Like, I'm here if people want to connect, if they want to talk through stuff, if they want to talk about things. Like, I'm not just making it for the fact to talk about myself, right? It's like, the thing about it is, okay, not that I don't enjoy talking about myself. A sun sign is Leo, but also like anything I do is in the strength that it brings more people in and creates more community. So I really hope that people watch my videos, and I hope that people get something from it, even if it's just a different perspective. I do want to talk more and make maybe a video about, because I make all these videos on a whim. You know what I mean? Not on a whim, but like when thoughts come to my head, I make a video. Well, not every thought, because then I'll be making like hundreds of videos a day, because I got a lot of, all this brain do is just makes ideas all day. It'd be too much sometimes. But yeah, I'm here to mix and mingle and have conversations with people about creating and organizing and anything that you want to do. Yeah, I'm just learning new things about myself, learning new things about how to live on this earth, be better to the earth, be better to myself, things of that sort. Trying to figure it out, trying to unlearn some things, trying to learn new things. You feel me? So yeah, subscribe. You feel me? I should have said that in the beginning of the video. And if you want to hit me up on Instagram, you can too, but I don't really be befriending people I don't know on Instagram like that. But if you have questions here, if we don't know each other personally, but you want to hit me up on here, then hit me up on here. If you got my Instagrams, hit me up on Instagrams. If you got my Facebook, maybe not Facebook, you can hit me up on Facebook. I don't really be on Facebook like that. I got an email. So if you want my email, you can always email me. But yeah, beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's not too hot. I'm here for it. It's feeling like fall. Halloween. But if you like this background, give me a thumbs up. Or if you like the other background, or sometimes I can just interchange that background. Do you hear me? But hit me with the ones and twos. I'm sending all of the love to you. To me too. But to y'all. And yeah, it's a heart. I think your heart's on that side. Maybe it's on this side. I don't really know. See, I don't know stuff like that. That's a goddamn shit. Okay, but y'all have a wonderful day. A lovely Sunday. My hair keeps on getting bigger and bigger. I know every day it gets bigger and bigger. But just sending love. And have a dope week. Have a dope Labor Day. We just want to thank those labor unions who got us these weekends. You know what I mean? So Labor Day is an important day to celebrate because if we didn't have the labor organizers and unions, a weekend would have never been a thing, even though, there's things we can say about the weekend and the weekdays. But I'm just thankful that I'm given a weekend. So thank your labor unionists and be thankful for Labor Day. This is why we celebrate. Have a great holiday, and I'm sending love. Deuces.